it a shame that society has equated being alone to being lonely? It's like they've made the two words synonymous with each other. But for me, it comes down to a difference in being connected with yourself or being disconnected. Alone to me is connection. Lonely is disconnection. Unless, of course, you're connected to your feeling of loneliness and you accept it and you show up for it and you give it compassion, then you've reconnected. But maybe for some, it also means being connected to traditional norms versus being disconnected from the mainstream. And that certainly is true for the lone wolves out there. People who spend a lot of time alone are not at all cut off from the outside world. The truth is that the people who choose this way of living are actually the most connected to all of what exists in the universe because we're open to it. And to be honest with you, sometimes it can all be a little bit much to be so connected. It can be a little overwhelming, overstimulating to be so connected to the energies of this world that we live in. The lone wolf is not just some unfeeling, disconnected person. No, they are connected in more ways than you would realize. They're highly empathic. They tune in to the energy of their surroundings, which is why you're going to find them spending more time alone and in environments where the energy is in alignment with the earth, with that earth vibration, which is the most peaceful and calming. So once you're someone who is so connected, what is there really left for you to do? Peace out. Shut it down. Close it in. Give it all up for a slice of solitude. And by the way, aloneness really is what is on its way for all of us. It's inevitable. So either you resist it or you embrace it. And I know a lot of you that watch my videos, you are full on embracing it. And that's wonderful. And that's beautiful. So don't shame yourself for it either. Because the art to embracing it is to do so from that place of self-acceptance, self-love, and an open mind about what aloneness really means. As I've said time and time before, it's not for the faint of heart. You have to have a big heart, and your big heart is likely what's landed you here. So stay tender with that big heart of yours. If I was to tell you what aloneness means to me, I'd have to start by telling you what it's not. Because if this is a construct that we can actually wholeheartedly hold on to with our big hearts, then you must know that aloneness is not at all what you think it is. It's not actually about doing things alone or feeling alone or spending your time alone. It's much more than that. To be alone means you can stand on your own. You can speak for yourself. You can express your wants and needs. To be alone means you can stand out in the crowd. You do your own thing that never, ever harms anyone else. You make your own choices. You stand by them. You have your own back. And you are a renegade in the sense that you are the only one who is so innovative and creative in ways that others have never imagined. And if it wasn't for your aloneness, this would have never been possible. And so you are alone in many of the things that you're going to do in this life. And yet you stay confident every step of the way. And that's the reason why you're not lonely. You are your own person. You are self-assured. You are self-reliant. You are self-embodied as a true, authentic soul. You don't go along with trends or fads. You are timeless. You are classic and a real true friend to everyone that also stands with the same aloneness. You see, people who have mastered the skill of aloneness are highly respected, but they can also be very intimidating to others who do not function in this way. And that's because they've never adopted the lone wolf mentality. They've only ever been able to thrive in packs. They don't think they're as strong on their own as they are with others. Those who have mastered the art of aloneness have mastered themselves. They know themselves better. They are more in tune with their emotions, and they're excellent problem solvers. As a result, they're highly sought after for their skills from other people who also want to master this aloneness. So those out there that are alone, but are not lonely, are never expected to be so recluse. They appear to look like the other pack members, but you can tell that something is different with their aura. And you might mistake their aura for someone who is so connected socially. Like they must be so popular and have lots of friends. And you'd only be partially correct because, yes, they are so connected, but not in the way you think. They are connected in their own inner wisdom and the greater powers that be, which is why they will be mistaken for a socialite or an extrovert. They're actually quite asocial and introverted. But to be alone and embrace your aloneness and to not fall into the dark side of loneliness requires one to take a big risk. And so this brings me back to the assumption that society is making about lone wolves, that we are lonely, that we are weak and disconnected. And I suppose based on the word lone, many other words stem from lone. Alone, loner, lonely. But let's not forget this one. All one. Because how can you be lonely when you are connected to the all oneness, the all presence, the all abundance of life? Just because you're all alone doesn't mean you're deprived of all of the greatness that this world provides. Just because you're alone doesn't mean your capacity for success and happiness are diminished. The conditioning our society has done on this topic has been extremely worn into our wiring. And indeed, it holds people back from reaching their fullest potential because they never give themselves the opportunity to embrace their aloneness. That's fine. Those people will just stay struggling in their togetherness with society and see how that goes. While the rest of us know that our oneness is where all great things are born. We have seen through the veil. We know the truth. We have found the truth within ourselves. And we are living the truth for the world to see, whether they like it or not. I'll finish the video with a few final thoughts. Consider that the future of humanity is creativity, and creativity is only born from one place. That is found within you and only you. Yes, you can be inspired by others, and the inspiration is birthed within you and only you. So go ahead, explore your aloneness from the lens of creativity and watch what you can do. You certainly won't be anything close to being lonely.